All right, your current position coming into the month is a Four of Swords. So this is a resting place. This is a first completion place. So if you're single, I feel like for many of you, this is, you're starting to date. You've decided like, okay, you've been in a happy place, you felt rested, and now you're kind of like, all right, I might be in a good place in my life to actually start meeting people. But this is also an exhaustion and recuperation on the flip side. So this could be, again, that you are dating people or you have been dating people. It just was not, you were feeling like you weren't getting the truth. They were kind of, not telling you what you needed to hear, and you just kind of wiped the slate clean. And either you've decided to hold off on dating for a little bit, or you finally revamped to a certain position where you're okay with going back out there, but you really did have to like just clear the slate and say, okay, I'm done with whatever this is because this isn't working for me, whoever you were dating or whoever you were talking to, and you're going to come at it at a different angle, it feels like. All right, so if you're looking to reconcile, this is like you guys have been fighting, or this is you guys have been getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, and you've decided like, hey, I need a break. I'm exhausted. I can't do this with you anymore. I don't necessarily feel like either one of you are at a point where you're like ready to just cut ties completely. Because I feel like there are unanswered questions here. There is a connection here. You guys just can't seem to get it together to be together and care about each other and just love each other without some sort of bickering. So right now it feels like a lot of you are taking time out, or your partner's taking time out. And it feels like it's needed because it's been exhausting, and the energy is like, oh, thank God, I just need a minute to myself. The next card you have is anything you're feeling internally coming into the month of November, and you have Strength, which is Leo's card. So you could be dealing with a Leo, but Strength is about patience, and this is how you're feeling. So these two cards correlate very well. If you're single, this tells me you're not like out there going, I need to find somebody right now. I need to have somebody right now. This is you being patient. This is you waiting for a connection. The Strength card is all about having a connection, but being patient and finding it. And so if you're single, this definitely tells me you're not rushing into anything. You're kind of like, when it's time, it will happen, because this is a self-belief and a control. So this is believing in yourself and controlling what you can, controlling not dating idiots or not dating people who, give you the wrong signs, etc. This is you saying, I know what I'm looking for. Again, coming out of this King of Swords, it's like, I know what I'm looking for. And I think I'm just and fair. I don't think that you're asking for too much. It's not like you're saying, I need to meet somebody with $1 million who I can be a stay-at-home, wife or husband for the rest of my life. You're being very legit in what you're looking for, but you're kind of like, I'm good with not being with anybody and not even trying at the moment for some of you, because I know it's coming. I need to like recharge my battery. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. You believe in your connection. You believe that you guys have, the ability to be together. You believe in the strength of the connection you already have. The problem is there's a self-belief issue on either side. So you're feeling exhausted. You're feeling like, I thought I was giving it my best, but obviously I'm not the person right now that they need, or vice versa, because it feels like you guys are both in a position where you're like, I love you, but why can't we get our shit together? Why do we constantly hurt each other? What is going on here? But you two are not rushing back to each other. Or at least you're not rushing back to them. And it may bother them a little bit, because I do feel like for some of you, they're kind of like nagging, like, what's going on? Like, when are we gonna, like, are we going somewhere with this? And this is you kind of going, let's just be patient. Let's just let the connection lie and know that it's still there, and then we'll make decisions later on, because you don't want it to be forced. And you feel like lately it's been forced, which is exhausting. The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past 5-10 years, it could be, your childhood, and you have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a defense card. So this tells me every month I read this, usually together for singles and anybody looking to reconcile, because this generally is not the person that you're looking to reconcile with, although sometimes can be. But I always bring up the past because it's either a pattern you need to not repeat, or it's something the universe is reminding you of to be wary of, or to continue if it was something that was really good, or something you really enjoyed, or made a relationship special. So the Seven of Wands is feeling like you have to explain yourself, feeling like you're not, like you have to go on the defense. This is also a priority and strategy card. So it feels like, whether you're single or looking to reconcile, at one point in your relationship, you're always defending yourself. You're always having to be the person to, are we going to move to the next stage? What are our priorities here? It feels like some of you just really didn't have your priorities straight. Not in a bad way, but just kind of like you didn't really know which direction you were heading. And that could hurt some of your past relationships. I almost even feel like this goes deeper, like back to childhood where, you know, parents were like, what are you doing with your life? Where are you going with your life? And you were like, I don't know. And now it's different because you know where you're going. You just haven't found it as far as love is concerned. This could be more of, you know, school. This could be more of jobs, etc. But at some point, I feel like in your past, and even, you know, in relationships, it could be that some of you had a religion factor and you always felt like you had to defend yourself against not dating people in that religion. But this feels like it's kind of stayed with you a little bit. And the universe is saying, don't defend yourself this month, Libra. Don't defend your actions. Don't defend what you consider a priority. Don't, if something is important to you, it's important to you. You shouldn't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. And this month, the universe is saying, stop defending your actions. If you're single and you don't want to see somebody because they're not treating you the way you want to be treated, or you don't want to see somebody because they won't, you know, shit and get off the pot, then that's your prerogative. Stop defending yourself for those decisions. Feel good, feel rested, feel this control, that you have the control. Put the power in your own hands. If you're looking to reconcile, same thing. If they're not happy with certain things you're doing, or they don't think you're moving fast enough, or whatever the case may be, stop defending yourself. Whatever is comfortable for you this month is what you need to do. And that's all that you need to worry about. The next card you have is your immediate past over the past few weeks, past month or two. So this is Page of Cups. This is meditation. This is looking back. It feels like this is an energy between both, whether you're looking to reconcile or whether you're single. If you're single, this definitely says, look, I remember times when I had these grandiose ideas of this big wedding or having 10 kids or whatever it is for you. Everybody's traditional is different. Everybody's wants are different. But the Page of Cups is the past couple of weeks, past month or so, you've been remembering some of this. You've been saying, wait a minute, how did my life get to where it is now? This doesn't make me happy. This person doesn't make me happy. I don't want to date this type of person. It's almost like an innocence, like you're coming back. It's like a childlike innocence, like you're coming back around in a circle going, wait, why am I still talking to this guy who texts me once a week but says he really, really likes me? Why am I still, like, you're sitting here the past couple of weeks, past month or so, recognizing things that are good for you and what's not good for you and what you want and what you're getting. And you kind of weighed the pros and cons, and this king came in and said, screw it. Like, what am I doing? I don't have to stay in this situation. That's why if you're single, I think some of you did cut people out of your life or stopped dating. Maybe you were online dating and now you're going to try a meetup group or something like that. You're definitely going, okay, this isn't working for me. So what is going to work for me? This is wiping the slate clean. Again, I really do think a lot of you are doing that. And I think it may have something to do with your birthdays, because you're kind of going, really? This is not where I thought I was going to be at this point in my life. And we all do it, right? I do it all the time. If you're looking to reconcile, this is like, where were we going with this relationship? Where did we both think that we would be at this point in our relationship? Why aren't we there? And I don't think you have the answers. And that's why you have this king here. Like, if you did want to get married, if you did want to move in together, if you did want to do certain things, you know, you're going, why didn't we get there? What stopped us? What is keeping us from getting to that place? Why did we stop remembering what it was that we wanted together? The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next, month or two, probably throughout the end of the year, and you have the Five of Swords. All right, so the Five of Swords, and you have a lot of sword energy, which means you definitely are in your own element this month, Libra, because that does represent, air energy. The Five of Swords is a defeat. It's a fear victory. It's feeling dishonored. And I'll clarify the card like I always do. But again, I feel like it's because of this. I feel like if you're single, you're letting people take advantage. And I know that sounds bad because Libras are, strong, genuine people. But the problem that it arises with that sometimes is that, not that that's bad at all, but you give people the benefit of the doubt that really have shown you that they don't deserve it. So my fear is that over the next couple of weeks, next month or two, you're coming in going, I've got control, I'm not defending myself, and yet somebody's coming back in, or somebody wants to date you and they're not good for you, or it seems like no matter which way you go, which dating site or which meetup group or however you meet people, you feel like you're defeated. You feel like you're not meeting the type of people you want. Like, you're putting yourself out there and you're saying, hey, this is me. And either people are telling you exactly what you want to hear, but their actions speak louder than their words, which directly, don't reflect what they want or what they say they want. So again, Libra, we'll clarify that. I don't feel like it's bad necessarily. I just feel like it's kind of a carryover for what you've been kind of allowing to come in and out of your life. And I think that it's just a lesson that's going to have to be learned to stand up for yourself, not defend yourself, and really cut people out of your life that are full of crap. This really feels like if you're single, there's somebody coming back that's like, but I'm here. I really like you. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll give you a chance. And then you're like, wait a minute, I'm in the whole same fucking situation I was 2 months ago. So just be careful with that. If you're looking to reconcile, I feel like this goes along with this right here. I feel like you're feeling defeated, like there's nothing you can do. I don't think that you guys will reconcile in the next month or two. I think if you do, it will be probably at the beginning of next year or even in the middle, because I feel like with this exhaustion energy comes this moment of feeling defeated, of feeling like, okay, you know what? Right now, the universe is not pushing me in this direction. So I'm going to go ahead, and even if we've talked about getting back together, it's not presenting itself as something that's going to happen right this second. So this isn't a bad defeated. It's not a bad, like, oh, it's not going to be any more painful than what you've already experienced. This is just more of an acceptance of what you've already noticed, of accepting the fact that maybe you guys need some space for a while, and it's not a bad thing. I think some of you were hoping that it would turn around really quick and you guys would, jump back in where you left off, etc. And I think that you're going to have to feel and understand that that's not happening right this second, but it doesn't mean it can't. It's just you finally accepting the fact that, look, I may have to move in another direction at this point. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks, next month or two, and you have the 10 of Cups. So this is very interesting, because if you're single, this definitely says somebody's coming in, or somebody, maybe one or two people, because this is a hope. This is a joy, a peace, a situation of, kind of like the 9 of Cups right before this is a wish, and the 10 of Cups is like your wish coming true, right? But this is interesting, because if you're single, this tells me that somebody's coming in, or somebody from the past is coming in. And I think that you're going to be on a high this month. You're going to have birthday celebrations. You're going to be around friends and family and, whatever. Even if it's just you feeling good about, turning another year older. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but I think sometimes it's good because it just shows that you're growing and maturing and whatnot. But the 10 of Cups says if you're single, there's somebody coming in, somebody who's paying attention to you. They're going to pay attention to you. It's going to be like riding a high. My fear is, are you getting back into a situation that you were in previously that you had to cut out to get some rest and recuperate? So just be careful with that. If you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar, because it feels like this somebody that you're looking to reconcile with, this is like that you guys are sweet talking, or that if you do come in contact, you're going to be sweet talking. Or right now, even if you're not communicating, you're like, that connection is so strong. We're still going to get married. We're still going to do the things we talked about doing. But I don't know that high is going to last, again, very long. We'll see. It may just be that this is a blip, but this feels like you're excited about something, but not necessarily knowing if you're going to get it, if that makes sense. The next card you have is something tangible that's going to happen. So these two go very well together. This is something that's going to arise throughout the month of November, and you have the 4 of Wands. This is happiness. It's very interesting. You have these like resting type cards. This is happiness. This is feeling fulfilled. This is like building a life with somebody. It's very, very interesting, because these two cards, conflict with your for your distant future. So again, if you're single, I feel like somebody comes in, and my worry here is that they're going to tell you everything that you want to hear, whether it's a new person or whether it's somebody coming back, and you're going to be, really excited, and let's push forward. Now, to switch this, and because I don't want it to be negative, and I don't want it to be that this can't happen, this makes me feel like I'm feeling like this is the energy that's carrying on here, but there's going to be a blip. So I'm going to consider this a blip, and we'll clarify it in a minute, because I think this is too good to not pay attention to. So I don't feel like you should ignore this energy. I just think you should be cautious and make sure you're not getting into this energy where you feel like you have to cut them out. So let's say somebody does come back and they promise you the world. Take it with a grain of salt and take it step by step, because I think there could be something positive here. Let's see what these last cards say in the clarifying cards. I really think there could be something positive here. positive momentum, but there will be some sort of blip. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. It's almost like you guys are going to get into contact and you're going to want to jump back in where you left off. And you're going to be like, hey, I love you. Let's have babies. Let's get married. Let's adopt dogs, cats, whatever. Let's get a turtle. But, and again, this is going to be like a very high energy for November. And I think it's very awesome. This tangible situation is maybe just having communication with this person again, maybe just getting in touch again. Maybe they reach out to you and then you start thinking, hey, all these things are possible. Again, but if there's unanswered questions or things that need to be discussed, then understand that even if you jump back into this, you've got to resolve those issues or you get this type of defeat, okay? So the next card you have is how you're going to be feeling throughout the month. It could be the middle, beginning, end, etc. It could last for a day, an hour. You have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is feeling on top of your game. This is feeling like, but what I like about this is an earth sign card, right? And earth signs are very careful about making decisions. And that's why I think these are more heart driven. And this is you going, okay, I like this person. If you're single, you're going, I like this person. Or if it's somebody who's coming back, you're like, okay, you know, we can do this. We can make it happen. But you are going to err on the side of caution. You are going to make sure that you're familiar with past situations that have gone in a direction you don't want. This is you understanding a legacy. This is you seeing a future and understanding that, you know, it takes work. It's not always going to be happy roses, rainbows, etc. It takes work, but this is you being level-headed about it. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. Yes, you might be happy if you guys have communication. Yes, you guys might decide to get back together. Yes, you guys might decide to start off, pick up where you left off, etc. But you do understand that there's hard questions that need to be answered. There's things that you guys need to look at that may take work. In the end, they pay off with the 10 of coins, right? But just be careful because, again, you don't get those answers. You don't put the work into it. You get this defeat. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month. So your hope is the Lovers, okay, which is Gemini's card. You could be working with a Gemini, which is also an air sign. But the Lovers card, this is what you're wishing for. So if you're single or looking to reconcile, it's the same. You want a duality. You want love. You're hoping that if you're single, this person who's coming in or this person that you're talking to or a person who comes back in, you're hoping that this love can generate, that you guys can find a way to be together, you know, without too much strain. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. It's you're hoping that you guys can have that duality and realize that you guys are going to have to agree to disagree on some things, but you are going to have to talk about the past, like I said. However, you know, this is your hope with that person. If you love them, then you guys are going to have to, and they love you, you guys are going to have to, you know, agree to disagree, like I said. Now, your outcome for the month is the 7 of Swords. All right, very interesting. And you have 2 sevens here. So 7 may be a number for you, 7 weeks, 7 months, and you actually have, oh no, sorry. I was thinking 7s there and they're 6s, but 7 might be a number for you whenever I see them together like that. It definitely, you know, resonates that might be a number to watch for. It might be a number of months, weeks, etc. But you have the 7 of Swords, okay? And the 7 of Swords is somebody who is, wanting to be in solitude if things are going their way, if that makes sense. So your outcome being the 7 of Swords tells me that if you're single, there is something here. Because what's interesting is these 2 cards are strategy cards.